Hey everybody, it's Aaronator here, and this is our first episode of our GM commentary with the Detroit Red Wings. I'm going to say it straight away because sort of is pointless to bring up all the suspense, so I'm just going in straight into it. The GM commentary is going to be with the Detroit Red Wings because they won the vote. And yeah, anyways, honestly, I'm going to go with Aaron. That's my name. So, yeah, we're gonna be doing the Detroit Red Wings, which I honestly put this team on the voting list because, I mean, they're in a really interesting stage, and plus, they're my dad's favorite team, so why not? So let's get all the settings up. Authentic cap penalties will be off. Fantasy draft, yeah, sure, that takes away the entire point. Not really entirely, but I mean, yeah. By the way, guys, injuries, let me know if you want to have these on or off. I'm going to have them on because I haven't had the worst luck before. Trade difficulty will be hard. Waivers will be on. Again, let me know if you want to see the waivers on, if that is too bad. If it's too intense players too many intense players coming out, then we'll change that. But yeah, salary cap on, all that's ready. And top players, Datsuk, Zetterberg, and Kronwall. So see, if you look at their ages, this team has a lot of veterans. Datsuk, Zetterberg, Kronwall, Franzen, Jimmy Howard's in his 30s now. They got a lot of veterans, so we're going to have to definitely... I'd love to just keep this team as a playoff team. They've gone like 20. They made it to the playoffs 23 times in a row, right? So why not just keep it that way and just keep on going throughout the entire time? I'd like to try and win in year one, especially with Datsuk and Zetterberg and guys like that. But we'll have to see what our team is like, and I think we can. Our goaltending tandem is pretty solid with Mrazek and Jimmy Howard. Defense is really solid. Lots of good defensemen. Danny DeKaiser. They signed Mike Green in the off season, and yeah, I mean in real life they look to be doing solid again, but their older guys just can't be getting it done. So we'll have to see if they can get it done here. So for this episode, this is going to be much shorter. We're just going to look over the team, see what we got in the organization, prospects wise, team wise, what we may need to get if we want to be a playoff team, or if we want to trade anybody, what would be some trade options for our team. So you guys can let me know. Voice crack much? And yeah, so I'm gonna go through, you know what, I can actually go probably through the contracts. That'd be probably better, although I can do roster moves. That would be kind of pointless because I may need to edit some guys. I edited a couple guys. Thomas Larkin, I edited his potential. It was medium top 6, but I made him high top 6 because I personally believe he's going to be a very good player in the future, and I don't think it's just a fluke. Sheahan must have got a boost up to elite, and honestly, I like Sheahan because he's good and physical. He'll be a solid player for this team for quite a couple of years. He's considered a second line forward, so yeah, you can let it give me some line combinations as well. Lots of different options. Marchenko, younger prospect. They got Timo Pulkkinen. His potential went up, it seems. I also edited the potential of 2 other guys. Austin Matthews, I made him back to a medium franchise because I believe that's what he is, obviously. All these changes that I'm making are what I believe they are. Sheahan, I didn't make elite. You just turned that way. They can change pretty immediately. And yeah, see Mrazek, he's the low elite, so I don't know if he was the low starter, but yeah, I definitely see that. But the main thing I wanted to get out of the way is, yeah, I edited only Larkin to high elite, or high top 6. Matthews is medium franchise, and then Puljujärvi, the other Swedish prospect, he was boosted, but I gave him another boost to medium elite potential. So there you go. That's all the only changes I made. And then the roster update is of December 17th. So there you go. That's all the info for you guys if you are that insane about knowing stuff like that. But I mean, Detroit has a lot of good players. So you know what? Let's just go right from the back end up. So we got starter goalie Jimmy Howard. He's definitely going to be the starter for this year. But Peter Mrazek could jump or even play this year if we need him to. He can also be the starter, it seems. But I'd like to go with Howard, and we'll look about possibly trading Howard maybe at the draft or next year, depending on I mean, we can honestly keep him for probably 2 years. He's on 4 years left in his contract, so 3 years in the max. Give him away in the 4th year or something. Oh wait, we should probably go to the prospects. There's not many prospects here. Thomas McCollum, 25 years old, not really much, and Jared Koru, so only backups, so not really great. We're gonna have to probably maybe draft a couple, maybe in the future, maybe just like some lower guys, but some lower steals if we can, just in case Morzak isn't the answer for our elite goalie. Cronwall we got, along with Mike Green, offensive defenseman. That'll be a good first line. Or we can do like they wanted to do it in real life. I don't know if they are. I haven't been keeping too much in contact, I guess, with how Detroit is using their lineups. But DeKaiser and Green, we could put them together, and then Erickson and Cronwall, whatever you guys think. Quincy, also 84 overall, and then Smith. So that's 6 defensemen. I wonder where Kindle is. He's probably in the AHL. Marchenko, we can probably send him down, but he may not be bad for depth in the future. Joe Hicketts, I know this guy. Apparently Cronwall was like surprised that he was undrafted. I probably could have edited his potential, but you know what, that's okay. Oh my gosh, Sproul and Xavier Ouellet. That's insane. We got 2 really good defensemen here. Offensive defensemen and 2-way defensemen. Lashoff, Kindle's 81 overall, so we can he can play top 6, or he can play in the AHL, which we can probably do. Robbie Russo. They got a lot of good prospects here. Detroit's always been good. Sarijari. I've actually never heard of this guy. I usually hear about a lot of prospects, but not that one. Another steal probably. Anthony Mantha, elite right wing sniper. That's going to be very helpful in the future as a possible first liner. Nasta Sweek, top 6 forward. I believe he was lower than that, but I mean, 2-way forward. He could be a penalty killer for the future. If not, unless he goes like super insane. But we also got Pulkkinen, who we can probably play in the AHL because it says he's a minor scoring forward, or we could play him up. Doesn't matter. Jerko Glendening, I know this guy is really good with face-offs and defense, so we could also change him to center if we need to. Franzen, of course, is 35 years old, a couple years left in his contract. What do we got here? 4, 5, oh gosh. So this guy may be a trade bait if we are not a playoff team this year. Even if we are, it could be a trade bait. But the big man here, going right into his prime, Gustav Nyquist. He'll definitely be helpful. Nyquist or the other guy, right wing, Mantha, will be probably our first line right wing for the franchise during this GM commentary. Hopefully, we can always draft another one, of course. Tatar, 2-way forward, very solid, good offensively as well. So he'll be a good leader on this team as well. Once the big guys are gone, like Datsuk and stuff. Adblicator, they gave him that big contract. So let's see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. That's insane. He'll be a solid guy till he's 36, I guess. Probably in depth lines by then, or if we need to trade him. Darren Helm, sorry. He's also good with faceoffs, 85, so we can put him at center if we need to during this time. And Drew Miller, another depth guy in the system. Tang Grady, good depth guy. Some other guys here. Tyler Bertuzzi, nephew or son, I believe. One of the two of Todd Bertuzzi. Old Canucks, really good player. So maybe he can be a solid guy for us. Svechnikov, they drafted this guy in the first round a couple of years, or last year ago. My English is great. Yeah, but he'll be solid. Datsuk and Zetterberg. So again, we could what we could do, although they're both playmakers, we could turn Zetterberg back into a left winger, or even a right winger, and we could bring Glendening or Helm to be a center instead. Because, I mean, Zetterberg is considered a first liner, so you may as well play him with Datsuk. Shahan, he could get that second line time. Larkin, again, third line time. He'll definitely need to get better. And then Joachim Anderson. Yep. So he can be a good fourth liner for us, probably. Brad Richards. What the heck happened with this guy? He's getting a cheap contract, so he's 35, and I guess we can keep him down the AHL unless we want to bring him up. This guy, high top 6. He should probably be our fourth liner. Pretty physical. Decent face-offs, so 79 is not too shabby. Turgeon, top 9 forward, 78 for face-offs. Not a bad prospect. I mean, all these guys are pretty solid. Who's this guy? Vahatalo. Julius Vahatalo, 63 for face-offs. Not great, but you know, not New Jersey. Detroit has a lot of good prospects and a lot of good players as well. So, give me some lineups options, boys, and we will look at what we can do for lines, and then I'll do. We'll probably assign the scout in the next episode, knowing what we have, especially if we want to change any of the other prospects for your team. Whatever to your team, maybe. If it's like Anaheim and you want that Swedish defenseman or whatever to get better. I don't know if he was given a boost. There's a lot of guys. Valiev, like these guys, let's just leave them because, first of all, Detroit can draft these guys whenever they want, basically, so they'll be fine. But overall-wise, I mean, we could sign a couple of these guys for depth, but I think, honestly, Detroit, why do I keep on thinking New Jersey? I have a side GM with New Jersey, that's why. But no matter what, this will be, this team is definitely going to be pretty solid no matter what. I want to go for the playoffs year one. I'll let you know, guys. But, I mean, give me some options if you don't think. This would be a pretty good first line. Second line, pretty solid, I guess. Two-way forward. I wouldn't mind. You know what? No, that probably looks more solid. Is Nyquist considered? Yeah, he is. So, yeah, that could be our first line because they're all considered it. Zetterberg. We could make him a left winger again, and then add in Sheahan, and then put in Yurko or one of those other guys to make it more solid. Then we have a bit more solid depth with Helm going back to center, then Larkin, or we can do as much. We can, let's see, Yurko can probably be down there. Glendening goes to center. Just trying to think of the line options. Helm, Larkin, Franzen, Adblicator, and then Zetterberg could go to the right wing. You could do that. That'd be pretty solid. Or we can make Helm the guy. I'd like to give Larkin third line time. So Zetterberg could go to the right wing, and then, I mean, whatever you guys think. I think these would be pretty solid lines. The second line looks a bit shaky, but I mean, with Zetterberg there, it should be fine. Serviceable / fine. Cronwall, Green, that works out. We could also do this, so then it's everybody's with their great guy. I think Erickson and Green might be good. DeKaiser and Cronwall, and then, yeah, DeKaiser, if we push him, maybe he can be 87 overall or something. Maybe be a really solid top 4 guy in the future, or a top 2 guy. Quincy and Smith, that can be like that. I don't know. If this is what you guys think, this is what my lineup, projections would be. And then goalies, of course, we can always put Mrazek in there if we need to, but Howard will be there. So anyways, guys, anyways, my main word I ever say. But those aren't the actual lines, unless you guys think they should be. Or if you have any other ideas for anything, trades, do you think we're a playoff team? That's the main one. Do you think we're a playoff team? If not, who should we draft? I don't care. Well, I do care, obviously, guys. But, I mean, any suggestions that you guys can give me would be great. Really appreciate it. So, that's pretty much it, guys. So, hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you're excited for the GM commentary as much as I am. I'm excited to be doing it with Detroit. That's going to be exciting. But anyways, guys, I will see you guys anyways in the next episode.